All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be our end of year review for the 2024 fishing season. You know, the first thing is, this just can't be understated. Like, this was truly like my first year of like actually competing in tournaments. The first year running a full boat. Last year I had like a little 16-foot boat. Was in a couple of local club tournaments with 2-3 boats. So this was the first full year like actually bass fishing at a really high level. Everything that you saw this year, first year with YouTube, I mean, it was just, I couldn't have imagined a better first year. It was just unbelievable, from La Crosse to Madison to back to La Crosse again to the finish at Big Green. Just an unbelievable year, and I met so many incredible people in every single tournament circuit that I fished. So very grateful for that. A couple of quick stats just from this year. I fished 30 tournaments this year. Pretty much fished a tournament every single weekend. Sometimes fished a different tournament on Saturday and then drove to another one on Sunday. So craziness this year, fishing 30 tournaments. Placed in the money 12 times, which is 40%, which is pretty good. I was at a little bit higher percentage during the mid-year review, but that end of July, August period for me this year, it really got tough. There's like the dog days of summer, something I still got to work on. Final earnings for this year, I earned $3,346. Not that I'm making money, but that definitely paid for extra rods and tackle and gas and travel and everything, so that was pretty good. And then finally, I caught 337 pounds of bass this year, which is, it sounds like a big number, but when you look at it over the course of 30 tournaments, that's like an average of a little over 10 pounds-ish. Now, I didn't do an actual average because there's some tournaments where it's a 3-fish limit, some are team tournaments, so I didn't want to give that stat. It would have been way too long to try to calculate that, and not really too important. As I mentioned in the mid-year video, I did some revised tournament goals, 5 of them. I was able to achieve 2 of the revised ones. One was just a straight up tournament win, achieved that in Madison, and then just catch a smallmouth limit, 5 fish. Hadn't done that before. Coming into this year, everything was a weak spot for me. I didn't have any strong suits, but certainly smallmouth was a big unknown, and I really learned a lot this year and was able to catch a good amount here and there. 3 of the goals I did not achieve. One was the 20-pound bag. Got 19, so pretty close. So still looking for that 20-pound bag. Angler of the year in any of the circuits. The only one that I was actually in contention for was Cass Nation, and I ended up finishing 2nd behind Jose, who had an unbelievable year and actually was the co-angler national champion for Bassmaster, so that was awesome. But finished 2nd there. And then hardware, which really to me was just winning any sort of plaque or trophy, meaning you typically in those you've achieved something in a pretty decent circuit or a pretty big tournament, and I didn't get any of that. And then the last stat I just have here is I fished 19 different bodies of water, which I think is pretty cool. Hoping to top that next year, which I believe I will. Gearing up for a huge year next year with the new boat, which is right there. Probably gonna put out a video for that pretty soon. But yeah, I mean, 2024 was an amazing year. I met a lot of different people, and I really, proved to myself how much I actually love this sport, fishing, but also specifically tournament bass fishing. I'm just obsessed with it, and that's what you have to be if you really want to do well and move up the ranks in this sport. So really looking forward to 2025. I'm going to put out a separate video once kind of the season schedule has been finalized, and that should be coming out in the next couple weeks here. But just wanted to do a little recap of 2024 amazing season, and I can't wait for next year. And thank you to all who've been watching all year. I'm going to try to put out a couple videos this off season, but this off season might not be the longest one. It's probably going to be a quick turnaround, hopefully, for my next tournament for 2025. So thank you all again so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will catch you soon.